Hey guys, welcome back to the Lineup Show. Appreciate you being here. We have an exciting Thursday night football game to go over. It's the Dallas Cowboys at the Detroit Lions. And I'll say right now, the frustrating part of this, I can already tell, is that there's so many good options. Almost every matchup is good for these top players. And it makes it hard because it makes it one of those games where you're trying to pick who's going to do bad versus who's going to do good. Or instead of who's going to do good, because you can see most of these guys should do good on paper. I guess we'll just dive right into it. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, Jahmyr, not Jamar, thinking of Jamar Chase, I guess. Jahmyr Gibbs, keep in mind 2 weeks ago had over 58 fantasy points. But in this game, he's playing the Cowboys, who are 22nd against the running back position and 20th in rush yards allowed per game. They give up 124.7 rush yards on average in a game, and they're 30th in pass yards allowed per game. So this is a great spot for Jahmyr Gibbs, and I feel like the passing matchup is even better, which would mean I would rather focus on the wide receivers, except for a few different factors, like the fact that Amon-Ra St. Brown injured his ankle last week. He sprained his ankle, and now he's still questionable for this week. We don't even know if he's going to play, but he does have a great matchup. And then I'm not even sure what my thought was. My other thought on that was, but basically, I have faded Jahmyr Gibbs in the past, I think more than once, and it never seemed to work out. He always seemed to just pop off in those games. I don't want to fade him here. I do not. With that said, who do we fade? Dak Prescott, another great matchup. Don't like it as much as some of the other matchups in this game, but the Lions are 25th against the quarterback. They are 17th in pass yards allowed per game. But Dak averages 21.8 fantasy points a game. So I like Dak here. I like his receivers here. He's 15,600 if you played him as captain. I don't recommend playing him as captain, just because there's so many people in this game. I feel like we're going to have to go cheaper at captain to play most of these studs. But I guess if you played Jahmyr Gibbs and he popped off for another 58 fantasy points in a game, that could really work out if you played him at captain and went weaker on the flex spots. But I just don't see how we can do that with all these good matchups. We got Jared Goff sitting in a spot where he's playing the Cowboys, who are worst in the league against the quarterback. They are 32nd against the quarterback position. They are 30th in pass yards allowed per game on average. They give up 251.5 pass yards. That's bad. So that's good for Jared Goff. That's a great matchup for Jared Goff. Definitely could see why you would play him at captain. But again, I think they're expensive. It'd be hard to do that. You already saw the pass matchup. Amon-Ra St. Brown in a great spot if he plays. Dallas is worst in the league against the wide receiver. 32nd in the league. He would be a great play. Could see why you would play him at captain. I could see why you would play any of these guys at captain, really. You got CeeDee Lamb, same thing. 17.3 is his average per game. He picked up 27.2 fantasy points against Kansas City in Week 13. And the Lions are 29th against the wide receiver. Like we said before, they're only 17th in pass yards allowed, but 29th against the wide receiver. I think he would be a great play. George Pickens is actually averaging more than him. He's averaging 20.8 fantasy points a game. Back-to-back 32-point games, fantasy point games in weeks 11 and 12. Yeah, I mean, Who do you pick out of Pickens and Lamb? Pickens is cheaper. I would overall say that I think CeeDee Lamb is the better wide receiver, better athlete. But George Pickens has been playing like crazy this season. And maybe you pick both of them. I really don't know which route to go here as far as who to fade. I'm not going to play Javonte Williams because Detroit's number 1 against the running back position. They're 11th in rush yards allowed, but I don't like the matchup for Williams here. Don't like the matchup for Ferguson here. Detroit's 9th against the tight end. Don't think I want to play Montgomery. Jameson Williams, coming off a 29.9 fantasy point game. Again, that was with Amon-Ra St. Brown getting injured in that game, so he had quite a few targets, probably more than usual. He had 10 targets. It's only about 3 more than usual, 3 or 4. I like him here. He's so stinking fast. I could definitely see why you would play him. Brandon Aubrey, I've said it before, I'm never going to tell you not to play him. I don't like his matchup. But I could definitely see the Cowboys needing to kick field goals in this game. So even though the matchup is bad, I think I like Aubrey here. Don't think I like Jake Bates. I don't know how he's averaging 8.3 fantasy points a game when Detroit always goes for it on 4th down. It's very rare that they punt or kick a field goal. I feel like if they're even remotely close to getting a 1st down. So I don't really want to play him in this one. Seeing as how I do expect Detroit to be in the lead. It's a home game. Khalif Raymond not playing in this game, which opens the door up, I thought, for Tesla quite a bit more. And it kind of does, but he had 2 targets in the last game. And then this guy all the way down here, this guy Tom Kennedy, they signed him up off the practice squad, I believe. They brought him up from the practice squad for the 2nd time this season with Raymond out. And this guy ended up getting 4 targets. 4 receptions on 4 targets. And he was only $200 salary. Now he's moved up. He got 7.6 fantasy points. If you want to play him at captain, he'd be 3,000. And I know you probably think that's stupid. I think I might actually do it. I think I might play him at captain because that will allow me to get in quite a few other studs. And there is that chance that on 4 targets, I think he could do better than 7.6 fantasy points in this game. So I actually like it quite a bit. You also have Jalen Tolbert down here. Kind of cheap. I don't recommend, but at the beginning of the season, he got some looks. And then you have Turpin. Turpin is another cheaper option for Dallas. He's been getting 2 targets in the last 3 games. 3 targets in week 9 before the bye and 5 targets in week 8. Don't think I blame you for playing any of those guys. You could kind of go that route as to play them at captain as well. You got Flourney down here. Got 3 targets last week. Just trying to show you who you have down here that I think you could play, but I don't want to play any of those guys personally. But I think what I am going to do, and just to go ahead and end this video for you, give you the lineup that I like. I am going to play Kennedy, I think, as captain. That would allow me to play Gibbs. That would allow me to play Goff. That would allow me to play Prescott. And then this is where things get really interesting. Because basically we could only play one of these 3 guys. Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. Or you can go Jameson Williams. And I think it makes it easy for me. If Amon-Ra St. Brown is out, then I think I go with Williams. And that would leave 7,200, which honestly probably would have me picking like a Brandon Aubrey. As I said before, I don't think I want to go with Montgomery here, but maybe that's not such a bad idea, considering I do expect Detroit to have the lead for most of this game. I really don't like that I don't have any of those 3 receivers, though. I don't. I don't know how you go about it. You could pick Pickens here. And that pretty much will still leave you with the same amount. Only other option I would know to do maybe is don't play Kennedy up there. Go ahead and play him in a flex spot, which might be the smartest route anyways. And then move like a one of these receivers like Pickens maybe, or Javonte Williams to captain. Say you do Pickens. That would allow you to play Turpin. I don't hate this lineup either, guys. I almost feel like you have to decide between a quarterback and a wide receiver. Yeah, I don't hate this one. What if we played Williams there in that captain spot? What would that leave? 4,000, which would allow you to play Flourney. I think I like Turpin better anyhow. Don't really think I like the tight ends for Detroit. I don't hate those matchups. I just don't think they average enough as is. He did get Brock Wright did get 7 targets in week 11, but he only got 2.8 fantasy points. Well, there you have it, guys. I don't like either defense. I'm not sure if I said that yet or not, but I don't. Yeah, there you have it. I think we'll just stick with George Pickens there and then play Turpin there. And this gives us a lineup to go with. I don't love it by any stretch of any imagination. Yeah, because it leaves us without one of those top receivers. I don't like it, but hey, let me know who you guys would fade. I'm interested to see who you guys think is not going to do well this week, because there's just so many good matchups. But this gives you something to look at, something that I like anyway. I honestly think that I'm going to play Kennedy in that top spot and switch stuff around a little bit. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, I wish you the best for your lineup, and I just hope you're blessed and that you have a good week. And I will talk to you again I'll talk to you again for the Sunday main slate, I guess. Thanks, guys.